OJHL goal opened the scoring. He had all day at the top of the circle and picked his spots. And meanwhile, Tyler Clark adding to his point streak, 6 points through his last 7 periods of play, with a goal and an assist in all 3 games. So we're underway here at the second period. The Rangers are going to need to keep their scoring chances coming. They got one late in the first where they hit the post, but that was as close as they get. Unable to beat Eric Mackey. Tucker, centering pass goes straight through the blue paint. And here's Tyler Clark on the puck. Dishes it off to Caden Clare. Cuts in front, shots blocked. As we're out to a blistering pace, Evan Snyder onside. It looks like there's a neck guard out there in the middle of the buzzer zone. My first thought was skate guard, but you don't see guys tripping all over the place. Back below the goal line, Tucker pins his man up against the boards. Irwin veers off, giving Tyler Clark plenty of space. Granted, he's at the end of his shift, so he's going to push it to the near side corner, but no Rangers defenseman there. Clark, the first one to the loose puck. Back to the point. It's Modopoulos. Finds Julian Campoli down low. Modopoulos' shot kicked aside by D'Angelo. Bobby wanted Irwin to spring him, but he wasn't ready for it. So the Rangers still stuck in their own defensive end. O'Toole plays it down low to Jack Goddard. Goddard finds O'Toole. A nice toe drag just peers off his stick. Campoli's shot blocked in front. And it's sent out into the neutral zone, out of the reach of Evan Snyder, so only Connor Irwin gets to go off. Bobby tries to spring it. What looks like Lincoln Burns, unable to do so. Buzzers wanted a tripping penalty, maybe a kneeing penalty on Matthew Bobby there. They're not going to get it, and here comes Lucas Spano. Spano dishes it off to Bobby, but he doesn't get there clean. Burns can't hold the line. Plays it back over to Bobby near side. It's just off the mark. Goddard can't get it past Spano. Goddard bumps down Burns. Tilson just can't keep that in. Now Burns veers back to the bench for a change. Devin Smith taken down, trying to get past Tilson. So back to the power play go the Buzzers. And you can add Devin Smith to the list of big players that suit up for the Buzzers. The 6'3", 195, 17-year-old rookie. They came in clipping at a 30% rate. The math has them putting one on the board here. Played towards the front of the net, cleared all the way out and down the ice by Jaden Sturge. Modopoulos dishes it to the far side and gets it right back. Steps around Johnny Ringus. Flips it to the far side. It's fanned on by Legou. Maybe a chance for the Rangers here. Ringus can't find Snyder. A good defensive play there by Alex Figaris. Rangers nearly too many on the ice there. Clare drops for Clark, walks in. Tied up, so couldn't get the shot away. And it's sent all the way down to the St. Mike's end. Just about a minute to go on the man advantage now. Figaris walks around McGill. Plays it up the near side boards. And it ends up right back on his stick. Plenty of traffic in the blue paint there. O'Toole fights off his first defender. Loose in front. Goddard tried to kick it to his stick, but put too much on the kick. Back to the point to Gladman. This pass over the stick of O'Toole and sent out into the neutral zone. O'Toole steps past Patterson. Walks in, cuts to the middle, drops it off, shot up and over the net and into the netting. Tied up off the draw, won cleanly, but held at the line by Gladman. Kenny takes down his man. And it's cleared into the buzzer zone. That'll mark the end of the man advantage as stepping back onto the ice is Nolan Tilson, making a beeline for the bench. Campoli sends that towards the goal. It's covered up by D'Angelo. Jaden Sturge familiarizing himself. Shot from the point. I think that's stopped by D'Angelo. I'm not certain, though. Either way, it's cleared out with the Rangers led by Johnny Ringus. He throws that along the ice towards the goal. It's gloved by Scorsese, tied up off the draw, and Sturge can't keep it in. Joey Bronco now. I think Bronco got a bit of an extra shove in after the whistle that Sturge didn't love. Off the draw, McGill dumps it into the buzzer's end. Sabatini banks it off the boards. Lucky for him, it bounces over the stick of Scorsese, who just narrowly avoided a check from Bronco. And Scorsese gets it again, throws it towards the goal. It's covered up. Already off to a much better start. Draw one straight to Sabatini. Was looking for Caden Clare. Legout nearly plays that one behind his back, which would have been mighty impressive. Instead, it's sent back into the buzzer zone where Sabatini looks to flip it up ice. Clare sent towards the middle, caught by Alex Ree. Ree takes down Legout. And Irwin flips it to the near side. It's Kane Tucker. Tucker and Economopoulos tied up in front of the Rangers bench. Oh, excuse me, that's Figaris. Here's Tyler Clark. Centering pass for Caden Clare, just a touch too inside. Clare couldn't handle the pass. Tucker's pass deflected into the zone by Irwin. Held in at the line by War. Now taken away, a 2-on-1 developing the other way. It's Clare. He's got Legout with him. Shot just up and over the net. Ree tried to force a decision and ultimately got the result he was hoping for. Nearly offside, but they managed to stay on. Campoli looking for O'Toole. The pair can't connect, but O'Toole takes it away. They were hoping to spring Babby. Babby knocks it away from O'Toole, but it makes its way in front. Looking backdoor for Campoli, who couldn't get a stick on it. Modopoulos' shot from the point deflected by O'Toole, goes up and over the net. The Buzzers clamping down offensively, and a wise choice by D'Angelo to glove that and hang on. Smith spinning and firing. His shot deflects wide of the net. Patterson flips it up and into the netting. Patterson leaves it for Sturge, takes a bump from Murphy. Out front, Smith. Finds its way into the corner. Sturge brings it out of the pile and flips it into the buzzer zone. It's Patterson at the line. Shot doesn't get through. And Spano on the rebound, can't get the shot away. And his blind pass towards the center gets to Devin Smith, who gets absolutely pounded by Kyson Patterson. And a high stick coming here to Michael Zuyev. Wonder if that's going to be a double minor. That was a little more aggressive than your typical high stick. It wasn't. Don't think it was any on purpose. As Zuyev almost makes box. It's going to be 2 for Zuyev, but chance number 4 for the Buzzers on the man advantage. Clark wins the draw back to the point. Here's Caden Clare. Modopoulos up top, spins and fires to Fagaris. Below the goal line, Legou tried to get rid of it quickly. And Clark's pass deflects back to the blue line, Modopoulos. Kenny spins and fires, finds Ringus, who's got a half step. Ringus tied up, and a big collision. We're going to see a penalty shot here for the Rangers, shorthanded. A great play by Ringus to track the Kenny pass well in stride, and he was hooked basically from the second he got the puck. Johnny Ringus is one of the smaller players, I'd imagine, across the OJ at 5'9", able to put pucks on net. And this time he's looking to put the puck in. Ringus, dipsy doodles down, shot stopped by Mackey. Almost looked like he shot it straight at the glove, waiting for Mackey to move with him. And it remains 2-0. The faceoff coming inside the buzzer zone, but it's much better than the alternative for the Buzzers. Drawing back to the point to McGill. His shot deflects just wide of the net. Tilson was calling for that out by center ice. The Rangers still shorthanded. Tilson was hoping to kill some more time by skating back into his own end instead. The Buzzers get the chance to break out now. Here's Aiden O'Toole. His pass deflects up and into the netting. Very short change there for Ringus. Morkatinas, I think it was Brady Ward going to join them. Here's AJ Gladman, has some space. The shot doesn't get through, but O'Toole holds the line. Plays it below the goal line to Campoli. He's knocked down before he can corral the puck. Ferraro bumped by Morkatinas from behind. Play still live. Most Rangers kind of shut it down for a second as the pass is fanned on. And Morkatinas is going to get too likely for checking from behind. Shades of last season where it's a revolving door there, the penalty box for the Rangers. Fifth infraction. And I think the Buzzers also took a timeout. The coach reckoned, which is funny because the stereotype is typically that goalies are a little, you got to be a little nuts to be willing to let people shoot at you, yet they're the comments. O'Toole walks in, finds Campoli, shots blocked. Rebound stopped by D'Angelo and cleared towards the corner. Campoli, the first one to the loose puck. Walks to the top of the circle, finds O'Toole. The shot deflects up and into the netting. Halfway through the 5-on-3, the draw is going to remain inside the North York zone. Not typically a centerman, And he loses the draw clean. Campoli plays give and go with O'Toole as they inch their way towards the goal. O'Toole's shot deflects. They score. Looks like Lucas Legoux continues his torrid pace this season. Give him 4 power play goals through 10 games. His 7th goal of the season. That goal did manage to come before the end of the 5-on-3, so the Rangers remain shorthanded here. It's 3-0 for the visiting Buzzers. Cleared out and down the ice. Off the draw, and typically this is where things get a little interesting, especially at the OJ level. When games hit a point like this, they've got a chance to get out of hand as Murphy takes down McGill, but it's covered up by D'Angelo. North York on a 12-game losing streak to open this season. The only team with a losing streak even close to that one is Georgetown, who's lost 8 consecutive games themselves. Sturge gets in the way of that pass and sends it around the boards, but not out. A rare sight here, Vasilis Economopoulos on the power play. Clear it out, hits someone in the head on the bench. Exactly have the best view of that, so leave it to the Stripes. Brady Rohr spins and fires it, but not out. It's held in at the line by Gladman. Legoux has it back behind the net, tries to center it, hits off the back of the net. Ringus fans on the clearing attempt, and it's Clark back to Claire. Gladman dishes it up front to Claire. Some nifty passing here by the Buzzers. Looking back door just under the stick of Claire. And it's sent out and down the ice. The final seconds of the full power play finally coming to a close as Ringus takes it away and then overskates the puck. Here's AJ Gladman, using those long strides to make up a ton of ground. Tied up, it makes its way to the point. The shot stopped by D'Angelo. It's loose in front. And kicked away. A smart play. I think that's Nolan Tilson back there who lost his stick, but managed to make an impact anyways. Spano takes a big hit and takes his man down. I think that was Murphy. Huge hit there by Babby. Takes down Michael Modopoulos. Shot deflects wide of the net. Babby flips it up into the neutral zone and reverse hits whoever it was that went to hit him. Looks like it's Murphy again. Here's O'Toole trying to fight off Ree. Was looking to spin that over to Dylan Reisky, but they were a little too close together. Burns takes a bump but passes it up to Kenny. Kenny tries to go through Fagalis, and, well, he does. No call. Here's Alex Ree. Centering pass. Skozisi deflects it wide of the net. Ringus overskates the puck again. Flips it off to Skozisi. Ringus has it knocked off his stick, and O'Toole on it once again. Flip deep into the zone as 2 players slip over the same spot. I'm not sure if that's an issue with the ice or someone left a piece of tape or something. Very unusual you see something like that as Fagalis flips the stick out of the hands of Johnny Ringus before the pass gets there. Ringus dishes it off. Back to the point to Ree. Shot. Glove down. As Ringus takes the stick out of the hands of the defender, saying enough is enough. So the conversation's starting to extend between whistles. It's O'Toole and Ringus here. O'Toole gets flattened there by Sturge. Talk about a way to welcome yourself and introduce yourself to your new teammates. Here's Zuyev. Looks like a penalty coming up to St. Mike. Zuyev walks in the shot. Up and into the netting. We'll see what they do with the draws. I don't think that hit a deflection. Hit any stick on or anything on the way out, but because of the penalty, might just go in. And not to say I was hoping this would happen, but Vasilis Economopoulos spent so much time in the Rangers box last year when with the team box. I'll let you know what the call is when I get it. It's going to be another high sticking penalty. Draw one back to the point. Spano finds John Kenny. Zuyev fakes this shot, dishes it off to Kenny, walks in straight into the glove of Mackey. Can't position. Not exactly the strongest PK so far this season. They're at about 75%. Zuyev at the top of the circle. Drops it off to John Kenny. Walks in. Pass down low. The centering pass makes its way all the way into the Ranger zone. The net off its mooring, so they're going to try and quickly fix it, and they do. Kenny finds Spano. In front, it's Babby's shot, just wider than it. Looks like he knocked the net off once again. That's 2 consecutive shots that Mac. Lincoln Burns going to take the draw here against Jack Goddard. Goddard wins it clean, and it's quickly sent back into the Ranger zone. Under 5 to go here in the second period. The lone goal, a power play marker from Lucas Legou. As Burns dumps it below the goal line. Ree grabs it around along the hash marks. Figueres loses his stick. And it makes its way back to Ree. Ree to the point. It's Sturge. Finds Connor Irwin. Tucker spinning and firing. That's blocked and goes wide of the net. Sturge finds Ree. Tried to tee him up, but the pass was just off the mark. 25 to go on the man advantage. The shot gets through everybody. Mackey squares that up. And draw one back to Zuyev. He's got some time. Dishes it off instead. Spano. Kenny and Zuyev are in almost the same spot. Zuyev fakes the shot. Dishes it off to Kenny, who walks in. Shots blocked. Rebound. What a save by Eric Mackey. Lucas Spano looked like he had the entire right side of the net. But Mackey just slides over, extends his glove as far as he could, and hangs on to that one. Spano on his way to the top of the circle right now. He's just, what am I supposed to do? Can't get them to go. It feels like everything goes against you, and that's where the Rangers are right now. Shot scores! The initial shot from Sturge was stopped, but Matthew Babby on the doorstep. His 5th goal of the season, 2nd power play marker. And the Rangers get on the board right after I question how they're going to get on the board. It's 3-1 for the Buzzers now. Eric Mackey had been perfect up until that one, but he left a juicy rebound out with Matthew Babby on the doorstep. And And based on how things are going this year, if there's one Ranger you don't want to give an opportunity to, it's Matthew Babby. Claire nearly loses the puck. Taken away by the Buzzers. Nearly deflects up and into the net, but Deanne. Tilson tries to send that out to the far side for Ringus, but it deflects out of the zone, at least momentarily, as the Buzzers send it back in. Skosisi finds Johnny Ringus, coming in on Economopoulos, tries to center for Patterson, out too far in front. Here's Skosisi. Trying to jam away at it, covered up by Mames, and he's still playing the 11th. A good addition this offseason made by the Rangers front office. Back to the point, McGill. Shot deflected, bounces past Mackey, but tough to judge a bouncing puck like that, and ends up going just wide. The shot from the point goes wide there. McGill throws a big hit, and a good back check by Patterson. Is McGill tangled up with someone throwing punches? It's Alex Fagaris. Looks like McGill's getting tossed. Fagaris is all smiles. We'll see how they rule this one, but it's tough to string together a handful of goals when you're finding yourself back and forth from the box. But for now, the Rangers back to the penalty kill. Both teams with a power play marker here today. Draw one back to the point, Modopoulos. Shot gonna go wide of the net. And cleared out and down the ice. Sounds like they're only giving McGill a holding minor. Here's Spano. Weaving through traffic, it's Jack Goddard. He finds O'Toole, the pass deflects, but Campoli keeps it in. Modopoulos. O'Toole. Shot blocked by Sturge, but he couldn't find it in his feet. Eventually pulled out from that and cleared out and into the buzzer zone. About a 30-second difference between the period clock and the penalty clock. Caden Clare finds AJ Gladman. The shot from the point doesn't get through. The rebound kicked aside by D'Angelo. Centered in front, and Brady Warr is going to send that out. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Clare flips it into the far side corner. Tilson pressured by Clark. Tries to pin it up against the wall, but it's easily pulled away by Goddard. Irwin takes the pass away. Sends that towards Mackey, who's forced to cover it up. Ringus takes the puck off the draw, tries to play it to the point. Can't get it there. Back to 5-on-5. McGill steps onto the ice. A weird bounce off the boards. The Rangers finally able to clear it. It's sent back into the zone, but with 15 seconds to go. Minimal time for either side to do much of anything. Skosisi loses it for just a second, and it goes into the neutral zone. Dumped in one last time. The buzzer goes. Each team scores once in the second period, so the Buzzers find themselves up 2 for a second consecutive period. Don't go away. We got the third period coming up in maybe 10 to 15 minutes, if I had to guess. Underway here in the third period at Herb Carnegie. The St. Mike's Buzzers coming into the Herb and taking a 3-1 lead through 40 minutes. A puck rings around the boards, bounces over Kane Tucker's stick. Makes its way to the near side to Julian Campoli, who flips it out and down the ice. Not enough juice on it for icing. Zuyev plays it down the near side. It's Jaden Sturge. Babby forces a turnover. Leaves the zone and hits Babby on the dump in. O'Toole holds. I tried to bank it out of play, out of the zone, off the boards, but it makes its way to Babby below the goal line. Spano's shot stopped by Mackey, swing and a miss there. Babby takes a big hit there. Gets it back below the goal line. Tried a one-time pass there off the stick of Lincoln Burns. Babby takes his man down. Goddard takes a check there as well. O'Toole pinned up against the boards by Burns. McGill gonna ring it around the boards. Gladman takes a huge check from Babby's shot, scores. The initial shot trickled through Joseph D'Angelo, was going wide, but Aiden O'Toole on the doorstep tucks it into the empty cage. The 6th of the year for the 19-year-old from Mississauga. And the 3-goal lead for the Buzzers restored. Tough situation for the Rangers, who got the last goal in a breakaway here. Shot saved by D'Angelo. Devin Smith was alone. Had plenty of time to make something happen. But D'Angelo on his head once again. This game could easily be closer to 6-7-1 if it wasn't for the great play of the Rangers netminder. Morkatinas pins his man against the boards. Murphy bumps off Skozisi. Buzzers, their lone point actually came against the Buzzers, a 7-6 overtime loss. Knocked away by Zuyev. Plays it up the boards for Timur Narzbayev. Narzbayev down the outside, tries the backhand. It goes wide of the net. Zuyev's pass blocked by Goddard. And Lou nearly holds the line, but Narzbayev takes it away and gets it over to Patterson. Patterson pushes it down below the goal line. Narzbayev rings it around to Zuyev at the blue line. A great play by Jason Lou. Just doing enough to get that out. There's very few skaters across the OJHL that can keep up with Michael Zuyev along the line. And Lou doing a great job there, then taking down Zuyev. Irwin drops it off for Babby. The shot trickles through. Eric Mackey. Might not be the prettiest of goals, but it counts all the same. Babby, his second of the game. And the Rangers enter back. The 6th of the season for Matthew Babby. Hadn't scored since his 2-goal game against the Patriots. What's funny about Babby, every single game he's scored in has been a 2-goal game to date this season. So he's only scored in 3 games, but both games he's scored twice. It's kind of rare you see something like that. Walks in front, shot stopped by Mackey, the rebound. Covered up as Irwin takes a bit of a slash in front. He's got 3 points in his last 2 with about 15 minutes left in this third period. Sent to the far side. Claire spins off the check of war. Plays it below the goal line. Clark takes down Tilson, no penalty. Spins off the pressure of Snyder, gets around Tilson. And back below the goal line, it's passed off the mark intended for Gladman. It's going to go all the way back to the buzzer zone. Nearly taken away there. And it's held in by Lincoln Burns. Burns finds Tucker. Gladman takes down his man. But Burns has it below the goal line. It's knocked off his stick, but Alexander Ree has it. Shot from a sharp angle, tried to bank it in off Mackey. Not going to get there. Here's Legou, one-on-one with Babby. Babby gets down on a knee and blocks the shot. A great play by the forward covering for Alexander Ree. This game's starting to open up a little bit. Babby's shot from distance. Might have caught Mackey off guard or knuckled in on him. But he seemed to have some trouble with that one also before covering up. Of the season and Smith's second. Babby's goal unassisted. Zuyev over to Matthew Babby. Tried to pass it along the ice. It hits the skate of a buzzer player. Zuyev plays it up to Lincoln Burns. Trying to find Spano. It rolls off the edge of his stick. Shot stopped. The rebound stopped again. And Mackey tracks down the loose puck. And covers up. The penalty difference, 6 Rangers penalties here today. Just 1 to St. Mike's. You're going to have a tough time winning these kinds of games when you're spending that much extra time shorthanded. Draw one back to Zuyev. Shot stopped by Mackey, and he'll cover Ree and Skozisi. Getting the offensive zone draw. Ree shot off the draw, off the post, and banks wide of the net. Oh, you can't get any closer than that. The shot past Mackey, off the post, off the back of Mackey, and trickles inches to the outside of the post. It's plays like that where every once in a while you look at it and you go, the Rangers got it. Draw will stay inside the North York zone. Now they did correct one of the assists on the Matthew Babby first goal. Evan Snyder no longer earning an assist. Jaden Struble plays in the NHL. Jaden Sturge gets his first assist as a Ranger. So that shot covered up by Mackey. Scorsese wins the draw to Kenny, who was lined up, ready to take the shot, but it bounced over his stick. Modopoulos takes a hit and ends up going down. The puck's in his skates. Modopoulos might be hurt. It looks like he is a little slow to get up. Moving to the bench a little gingerly, goes off for a change. Skozisi leaves it for Ringus, who has it taken away. Morcatina stood up by Murphy. Those two renew the rivalry. Narzbayev dumps it off to Skozisi. Walks to the outside. The backhand kick to side. Rebound in front. Skozisi scores! Matthew Skozisi. His third point at the Carnegie Centennial Center this season. His first for the Rangers. He buries in his home debut. Don't look now. The deficit down to 1. If your name is Matthew and you're wearing dark blue, good things are happening here this afternoon. All 3 goals scored by a Matthew for the Rangers. It's his second of the season overall, first with his new club. Plenty of time left in this one too, over 12 and a half minutes. D'Angelo catches the dump in and drops it off for Zuyev. Zuyev plays it up to Narzbayev. Narzbayev steps around Economopoulos. Dumped in, icing waved off. Clark fakes the shot, steps around Zuyev. The centering feed can't get it through. And Zuyev fights Clark off the puck. The two continue the battle with the puck away. Caden Clare plays it to the point, but fans on it and gives it away. Patterson tries to step through Mordopoulos. The whistle goes. I think it's actually just I'm not sure what that was. Maybe a deflected puck into the netting or something. The referee signals it was tipped. Not sure what the whistle goes for, but the draw going to come inside the buzzer zone. Draw one to Irwin at the point shot. That'll very clearly go up into the netting. I can tell you why the whistle was blown there. Tilson sends it below the goal line. It's held in momentarily by Tilson, but it's taken away by Modopoulos. Turns and fires that. It's stopped by D'Angelo. And here's Connor Irwin flying through the neutral zone. Holds the puck. Loses it along the end wall. Gets the loose puck back. Connor Irwin walks in. Centered in front. Tied up by Campoli. But the stick breaks for Jack Goddard before he can fully clear it out. That's going to be offside, though, on Campoli. The Rangers are earning their chances here in the third period. There's Skozasi, his second from Kyson Patterson, his 4th assist of the season. And the other assist going to Timur Narzbayev, his 2nd assist of the year and just his 9th game played. Morkatinas taken away by Devin Smith. Smith's pass intercepted. It's finally Alex Reed corrals it in his own end. Banks it up the boards, looking for Lincoln Burns. The pass in his pants. I don't know if I've ever seen that play continued after it goes into his pants, as Burns plucks it out. Spano grabs the loose puck. Comes down the near side wing. The shot's blocked, and it's poked to the near side corner. Spano had a chance to play it to the point, instead opts to play it low. Taken away, centered in front. Devin Smith has it taken off his stick by Spano. Here's Joseph Ferraro. Sends it up into the neutral zone. Lincoln Burns was hoping to be fed in the middle of the ice. Instead, it's dumped in. The Rangers will get a change. Deflects in off the leg of Clare. Clark's centering pass, though, taken away by Ree. 9:27 to go here in the third period. Here's Johnny Ringus. Stops up. Takes the shot. It's blocked away by Mackey. Centered in front. It's going to go through everybody and out into the neutral zone. Ringus spins and fires it right back into the buzzer zone. Skozasi plays it below the goal line. Zuyev pinches in and keeps possession. Ringus in to help. Grabs the loose puck. Walks out front. Tries to play it down low to Kenny. It doesn't get through. Kenny to the point to Sturge. Tries to center it again. Doesn't get through, and it's cleared out and down the ice. A good clear. Doesn't have enough for icing, allowing 4 buzzers to go for a change. Here's Ringus. Fans on his entry pass. Aiden O'Toole spinning up along the line. Takes a big bump from Kenny. Coming away from the pile with the puck is Johnny Ringus. O'Toole tries to throw the hit on in, but he jumps around it. Icing waved off. It was deflected into the Ranger end. And here's Matthew Bobby. He's got Narzbayev with him. Bobby steps around the defender, cuts in front, crashes the goal, blows an edge, and soars into the net. Both sides recognizing, that was completely incidental. But so Bobby centering a line with Narzbayev and Patterson here. Right after I said just a period ago, it's not often that he plays center out here for the Rangers. Clear is going to work its way all the way back to the North York defensive end. Murphy bats down the clearing pass. And they battle in front. Spinning, firing, scores! An absolute backbreaker by Dylan Reisky there, who tracks down the puck in his skates. Spins and fires it to the back of the net, beating D'Angelo. And the 2-goal lead restored. Reisky's been on the receiving end of a handful of big hits today. But that goal might hit harder than anything he's received throughout the first 50 minutes of the game. Spinning and firing, almost identical to that Reisky goal a mere moments later, but Legoux stopped by D'Angelo. Claire fans on his shot. Clark corrals the loose puck. D'Angelo makes the save. One on the dot still to be played in this one. The Rangers trailing by 2. Zuyev's pass deflected by O'Toole. Bobby grabs the puck after getting bumped down by O'Toole. Tying himself with Caden Clare for the Buzzers lead as well. Zuyev shot blocked and doesn't get through. Bobby corrals the loose puck. Cuts to the middle, finds Zuyev. Zuyev's shot doesn't get through. The second effort by Burns blocked as well. Centered in front, was looking for Bobby. Hits the skate of Gladman. Bobby's pass deflects all the way back to the other end of the ice. Flick towards the goal, takes a weird bounce. And covered up by Mackey. Disaster there. Jarwin back to Ree at the point. He's forced to quickly play it below the goal line. Ringus finds Skozisi. Goes down but keeps the puck. So it makes its way to Murphy. Skozisi down low to Ringus. Rangers attacking from the bottom, thrown towards the goal. It's stopped and cleared out. Morcatina spinning and firing. It gives it away. Skozisi throws a check, knocks his man down. Ringus corrals the loose puck, walks in, can't get a pass or shot away. And here's Jaden Sturge. Banks that in off the official so it doesn't get too far. Callum Murphy, shot from distance, blockered away. Zuyev bats that down out of midair. Gonna sit behind his net as we cross the 5-minute mark. Steps around the first man. The dump and stop. Narzbayev goes offside. Bobby gets a whack for the late shot. Zuyev still on the ice. It's been a lengthy shift for the former junior Canadian. Now Sturge grabs the loose puck. A great pass, finds Narzbayev, but he can't get the shot away and takes a big hit from Gladman. Big hit there. As a couple of Rangers end up down in the corner. Babby took a big hit. It's a little ginger going back in a 3-on-2 the other way. Legou. The shot stopped by D'Angelo, hits him in the head. Patterson jars it free from Gladman, but he's in all alone. And O'Toole is going to chip it deep below the Ranger goal line. Under 4 to play here. Morcatinas. That's deflected in by Irwin. Tucker manages to hold the line, at least for the moment, before Sabatini plays it up and out of the zone. Campoli takes a bump from Snyder. Bounces over the stick of Sabatini. Campoli knocked down by Tucker. Tucker reintroduces himself to Campoli there along the boards. The shot gloved down by Mackey. A pretty straightforward save for the St. Mike's keeper. Draw one back to the point. Morcatinas shots deflecting into the corner. Bounces out front, shot stopped, the rebound goes into the far corner. Here's Tilson. Takes the pass, actually finds Babby. He faked me out. 37 to go in the third period. We'll keep an eye on D'Angelo for when he might make his way to the bench. Babby knocks Claire off the puck. Here's Figueres, moves it up to Legou. Legou's just gonna calmly play it into the Ranger zone. And it bounces over the stick there, a partial 2-on-1. Sauces it into Clark, but it bounces over his stick. Here's Lincoln Burns. Coming in with some speed, tries to get around Gladman. He actually high sticks him in the process. Super unfortunate call coming up against Burns. It's definitely the right one, but he tried to go up and over with his stick and he caught Gladman. And Burns is going to get tossed for some things he may have said afterwards. So is Matthew Babby. Babby making sure that he doesn't have anything left to say afterwards. As the uphill climb just became that much more steep. Forgot to say on his way out. Listen, down 2 with 2:06 to play, you're going to be shorthanded basically the rest of the game. I don't want to say this is all but over, but not a great spot to be in, and the Rangers have essentially spent a full period shorthanded today, now that this is their 7th shorthanded opportunity. So, all things considered, down 5-3, there's worse places you could be had I told you that this is how the game would have gone. But given how the third period was going, maybe a bit of an anticlimactic ending. Sent to the near side wall to Jack Goddard. Gets it to the point. Sabatini finds Aiden O'Toole. O'Toole taken down by Tilson. Campoli throws a huge check there. Looks like it was Evan Snyder. Covered in snow now. Here's Goddard, flips it into the far side. Morkatinas sends it off the wall. Ringus is going to have a skate. Bumped off by Gladman. He felt he was interfered with. I don't necessarily disagree. That's always a tough call, especially at this stage of the game. Campoli flips it towards the goal and he'll get a change. Dumped out down into the buzzer zone. 35 seconds to go here. McGill pins his man against the boards. Turns it over though. Finds Ferraro. Shot. Block doesn't get through. Back behind the net. It almost bounces out front. Morkatinas is going to clear that out and down the ice. It's going to be all she wrote. A 5-3 win for the St. Mike's Buzzers as the Rangers extend their losing streak to open the year to 12 games. Excuse me, actually, I think 13 now. Yeah, 13 consecutive without a win to open the season. Meanwhile, the Buzzers now have earned a point in their last 4 games, with 3 of those games earning a win. Up next for the Rangers, a home matchup on Tuesday where they'll host the Wellington Dukes. And right around the corner for St. Mike's, they get the follow-up with Wellington. They'll face Wellington on Wednesday in Wellington. So both these sides have quick turnarounds after I had a pretty quiet weekend. But a 5-3 Buzzers win over the Rangers. That's all we have today. Thanks for watching, everybody.